between me and 18 inches of sliced beef dipped in fat, covered in barbecue sauce. This is the least excited I've ever been for the podcast. Let's roll.
That's the intro that was just recorded. Go.
Was it really?
Yeah.
But
By the way,
a whole 18 inches.
That is all
meat.
true. I am like leaving from here. I have a meeting at Portillo's, America's best restaurant other than Buc-ee's.
I
All
mean,
right, let's go.
George.
Bring us in, George.
What do you want? That's okay. Whoa. Welcome to May the Zoo Be With You, America's favorite TCG podcast. This episode kindly dedicated to Matt Kalish, who we need to bring back into flesh and blood. Matt Kalish, come back.
Props and drops.
Wow.
Come back. I am joined by the home of the Metazoo merchant, the Midtown merchant, and for all you hot single needs. Mitchell Murray.
I am married. I want to put that out there.
Yeah, but you sell singles.
You are who I buy all my hot singles from.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yep.
You've purchased singles from me once. Thank you, George.
I have also purchased singles from you once.
Multiple times, actually.
Yeah, Sonata Arconics. Lots of those.
All right, I'm joined by
And
somebody
E-strikes.
I have a
And
better
Command and
record
Conquerors.
than at Flesh and Blood.
No, you do not.
I do too.
You
Check
do
the
not.
XP. Check the XP.
You have,
Check the XP.
You might have
you have a better
percentage
record at
win
the
rate.
calling. The fact that 2 people lost to you at the calling is
excuse me?
baffling to me.
Excuse me? What
No,
was
one
that?
of those was a buy. One of those was a buy.
Excuse me? What was that? I misunderstood you. Did you say 2? Did you miss it? Did you?
Can
take
you
off?
introduce me, please, to the
I
people
guess
who don't know
did.
who I
The
am?
person who has a worse record to me, Louis.
Okay, perfect.
I-
welcome.
And
Nobody cares.
I have a better record than Louis. I am a semi-professional Flesh and Blood player. My name is George.
Pro-Am.
Pro-Am.
He's going to go on the Pro-Am tour next year for
I'll
Fab.
see you there, Zach.
Real introductions because this is an official podcast. I'm Louis from KitchenTableTCG. Below me
Official podcast.
is George. We're sponsored now. You know that?
What?
Yeah, we're sponsored.
By
We
who?
are sponsored by our new merch over at cavdainsmarket.com.
I swear to you, I thought you were going to say your goldfish were sponsoring us. and I was
Oh,
I
like,
know,
"Oh,
that's
also,
gonna put it to the
we've got
your
NFT
NFT
goldfish sponsoring the show. Shout out to Wall Street and sometimes Null and Obsidian. Okay, let's get the stuff out of the way first. We have changed the podcast name to May the Zoo Be With You, a trading card game podcast. Because there was some negativity about our podcasts, and we are all about the positivity. So
Spoiler, Louis cares more about this than I do. Continue, Louis.
we now are a trading card game podcast where we will talk a lot about Flesh and Blood, but we may also talk about other TCGs. Like today, when we're also going to talk about the new Pokemon set because we wanted to
I
talk
am
about that.
actually only going to talk about games that no longer exist. That will be my new thing. So
Should we start at like a new segment?
Like
Yeah,
dead card games, dead TCGs. All right,
I mean,
let's
I
start
have
off.
loads of Netrunner. I'm just saying.
Let's start off with talking about the national, and then we're going to talk about Briar a little bit because we are professional meta experts. And then-
one of us is
and
very
then-
good at the game.
Then we're going to talk about
Do you have a
Pokemon.
Pro-Am now?
Then we're going to talk about Pokemon, and then we'll talk about the Metazoo Minute.
All right.
Yeah,
Are we
that's
going to
the-
talk
that's
about
the
any hot new
organization.
TCGs coming up or anything like that?
You want to
know,
talk
like
about the
about-
Genesis Kickstarter that's coming up?
What?
What?
Is it coming?
What?
We're starting off with a scoopy.
We're starting off with the scoop, baby.
With
Yeah,
the hot scoop.
Genesis Kickstarter is going to be happening. That's going to be
Oh,
cool.
I should also add that we have a couple of scoopies in the Metazoo Minute. So
Yeah.
for all you Metazoo fans, who are all of you, stick around.
All you
to
Metazoo
Metazoo Minute.
scoopers.
All right, we're 4 minutes in. Let's start talking.
All right, George.
All right, so
how
here-
was the calling experience for
wait,
you other
wait.
than feeling like a wiener?
Can we highlight that George is still there waiting for the calling to continue? He's still in Orlando. Like, guys, what
He had
happened?
such
I
a
thought
great
this
time,
was
he
a
didn't wanna
3-week
leave.
thing.
I will never leave Florida. I feel like they will.
Are you
bury me
retiring
here.
now? Is that what's happening? You had your best performance of your career in Flesh
That's
and
true.
Blood, and you're now retiring into
That is
Florida.
what happens when people hit like 65, 70, right? They move to Florida.
If I'm
so-
not dead by 70, science has worked wonders. I'll be honest with you. Did you not hear the intro?
All that research at Duke doing their job.
Doing me good. Saying this dude could eat an 18 inches of hot solid beef. Let's roll. His heart's made of tanks.
All right, George, how was the Nationals?
was
what
great.
was your experience like going 2-2?
Like,
Was it 2-2 or was it like I thought it was 4 and something?
it was 4. It was technically 4-3. In reality, 4-4. I had to skip because I had to take a loser's teams out for dinner. No, I won't name names.
Yeah.
So
wait, so you stopped playing to go eat food?
Yeah, he
Okay.
would have won. I don't know if you guys know this. He would have won Nationals, but he.
okay. So here's okay. All right. Simmer down, you. So here's what happened. So I learned the game from an amazing store owner from Alaska.
Oh, I know who that is.
Tracy
Reeves.
Yeah.
And Tracy taught me the game on Thursday night with his person he brought from the store and his wife, and it was great. We all had pizza. He taught me how to play Briar because that's how you win the game. That was great. So I learned Briar, like everybody else at the calling did. And I messed up. Shocking, I know. And the technology confused me. Also shocking,
That's not
I know.
surprising.
And I messed up, and I didn't participate in my first Guild event of Friday. I thought I signed up, but apparently you have to click a bunch of buttons I didn't click.
Wow.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I went to lunch. It was fine. So I went to lunch with a bunch of friends.
Again, prioritize food over fab.
Like,
Continuing.
I know who I am. So I went to lunch with a bunch of friends. And
This is why George could never be a professional player because he'd be so hungry while
Like, what
playing
is it?
that he couldn't concentrate and perform at his best.
That is the only
It's a
reason.
lunch
Though.
break yet.
Give
15
me a
minutes is
break
not
for lunch.
sufficient.
I'm like,
I mean, I guess DoorDash is a thing, but then you're gonna have greasy cards. So
They wouldn't let food into the convention center.
Really? Oh, like you couldn't bring it in. They tried that in Vegas, but I just put it in my backpack.
is that where you had your Asian burrito?
Dude, those Asian burritos in Vegas were. I think I had 6 of them.
Oh my God.
3 days. I think I had 6 of them. They were so
Bless your wife when you came home. She's
were
probably
so
wondering
good.
why you rank.
Okay, let's not just talk about the food.
I like
How was-
George and like his like
George, I'm curious.
nonchalant.
Did anything change for you in your like?
So
I know the community thinks you've been so negative about Flesh and Blood.
That's because they're idiots. I don't worry about that.
But no, like,
So
not that you've been negative about Flesh and Blood, but like now that you've played the game, do you look at
So
the
it's
game
very
differently?
funny. My favorite YouTuber, DM Armada, other than Red Zone Rogue,
Yeah.
other than Jordan. All 3 of my favorites tied for first.
Yeah.
They, I had a very good talk with DM
So-
Armada on the last day, and he asked me the same question. And I'll be honest, I thought it was a very good question, better from him than you.
Yeah.
And I told him the honest answer is no. I said, like, I've played the game, and it doesn't surprise me that it's a great game. And he goes, like, why not? And I told him, I said, like, I have now trained hundreds of people in my store how to play Fab. Not me, my employees. Have trained hundreds of people to play Fab.
Yeah.
In my store. And a significant percentage switch to Fab.
Yeah.
The ones that don't never come to me and say it's good, but it's not as good as Magic.
Right.
Or it's
I've never
good,
heard that.
but I prefer bannings every week. They've never said that to me. What they do say to me is, I already have a $7,000 commander deck.
Right. This is what I hear from my commander group.
I'm not going to learn a new game that's only been around for 2
Right.
years.
I'm already invested in this.
And like those are complaints you hear when you know the product is better.
Right.
So like it completely did not surprise me that the game was better than Magic. I would have been absolutely floored if I played it and been like, oh, this sucks. Like that was never something I considered because
Yeah.
like, I literally have trained like more, I think 700-ish people at my store, and nobody's ever said not as good as Magic ever.
Right.
Ever. That's amazing, by the way.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I am.
Now, did you play Magic the Gathering or anything like that, or were you always just like a evil investor scumbag?
I'm not an evil investor in Magic, only Fab.
Gotcha.
I played a little bit in college because I was a nerd and super cool. But like,
Yeah.
and drunk,
never
and super drunk a lot,
I was,
like, and super wasted all the time.
I was a drunk, cool nerd. That's
Well,
you know. That's how
Two-thirds of that
you
are true.
next week. Can we introduce you? Can we introduce you as a drunk cool nerd?
Back in college, I was a drunk, cool nerd.
Next
I
week,
think people expect that.
next week, let's just all get sloshed, and we'll just be
Oh God!
TCG
Just
podcast.
reminisce of our.
Next week is my
of
trade
our-
show. Next week I got to be on my game.
That's part of the reason that George is still in Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Spoiler
got my
alert.
trade show next week for my fun
Yeah.
parks. And so, but like, I had a couple of my fab experience for the national can be separated into three things. I think one was playing the game and getting a better record than Louis, the most important thing.
Sure. That's fine.
Zach actually took me out. Zach Bunn, owner of Team Covenant, took me out for a drink after he won the Pro
took
Quest.
you out. You didn't pay. He paid.
Well, he wanted to thank me for not participating in Pro Quest, which let him win.
Well, yeah.
And I
Also,
appreciate
like,
that, Zach.
The better LGS should pay, and that's why Zach paid.
Is Zach Bill Yao? Get out the bill.
I love that whenever
I love
George
that, like,
doesn't
Bill-
have a response, he just goes,
Bill came back to. Well, he's not. He's like, I'm not disagreeing with you, but
"No, hey, listen,
no.
George has less boxes of Monarch First Edition."
that's true. Which is shocking.
Still,
So, I mean, I played a lot. I'll be honest. I played a lot. I played in 4 events, and I played that PvE thing just so I could say Louis I played PvE before him.
yeah, that's fair.
It was good. It was fun. So that was the first thing. I played a lot of games. That was fine. Most of my games were pretty good and friendly. I started off by telling everybody I'm very good to get in their heads. Then I let it slip that I learned 24 hours beforehand, and they didn't know how to handle that.
Yeah.
After you beat them, especially, I'm sure that felt bad.
So this, I'll tell the story. So this, my first time ever playing in an event, ever. I play, I sit down, I play this game, and like my friend is sitting over my shoulder, and I can tell this poor soul is dying. He wants to yell at me, "What are you doing, you moron?" And I look at my cards for 5 minutes. And
It's hard to make decisions.
I can't figure out what he wants me to do.
It's hard to play a bunch of zero cost attack actions and non-attack actions.
So apparently, Ball of Lightning, insider tip, insider scoop, a scoopy, a player scoopy,
A player scoopy.
a player scoopy.
This is why you watch this podcast.
It not only has an effect, it also has an attack value. That's the pokey thing on the bottom.
This is how. By the way, this is how George instructed his employees to teach people how to play Fab.
That's
Yeah.
the pokey.
So
thing
this
on
is
the
your
bottom.
attack value, the little pokey thing at the bottom, and this is
Yeah.
what's going to do damage
And
to your opponent.
If your opponent is at 1 life, has no cards left, and no way to block, a pokey 3 will kill him.
Yeah, and you arsenaled that.
Only read the effect. It makes sense to arsenal it and draw up and die in the next turn, which is what happened that first game.
That's wonderful.
Like, my opponent was very nice. He was like, "You really could have done this. Like, do you want to go back?" I'm like, "Dude, I lost. It's cool." He's like,
Yeah.
No, like really, like I don't want.
He was
this
like,
to be
"Do you want to play UK rules?"
He was like, "I don't want." I should have sharked him. I should have. Somebody sharked me. I'll tell that story in a second. Somebody sharked me, which made me very confused. You're fine. These are the side events. Nobody cares about this.
Wait a second. You're trying to prove that you have a better. This is the side of it. You don't have a better record. I played in the.
You didn't even play in the main event.
I didn't have a deck. What do you mean I didn't play in the main event?
I sent you cards for a deck. I didn't even charge you for them.
It didn't get to me in time, boo boo.
That's not true. Your other cards didn't get you to the time.
Oh, that's true.
My cards got to you on time.
That's true.
I overnighted them with you.
You didn't even ask me for cards. I'm slightly butthurt.
Yeah, you're the
I bought a
single
bunch on
salesman.
this TCG player sale. Anywho,
He's over
It's
here
also,
like
like,
Mr. Single
it's
Salesman
also
doesn't
just
even
that
buy
they were all
singles.
commons. Like, I don't want to put you through nightmares over my 5-cent card.
Yeah, just me.
That's actually
yeah,
100% true. I wouldn't have done that for you.
Bingo. There you go. So
Yeah.
that was fine. The second game, I got curb stomped. And I mean, this dude showed me mercy. I was Briar. And he was Oldhim. His
Oh.
first turn, he does
Oh,
We lost you, George.
hotel
90
internet
cancel.
kicked in. We're back.
Really?
You're back.
Oh, you
Yep,
there?
You're back.
Okay. He did 12 damage with the 1 card. You can only play 1 card thing.
Oh yeah. The dominate.
Yeah, he dominated me for 12.
Yeah,
I
that
blocked
happens.
3, took 9.
Yeah.
And I realized right then I was screwed.
Yeah.
I was the game was over.
That's how I feel every time I play Guardian. I'm like, and at that moment, I realized
Guardian it's strong or it sucks. It's either one of those two things.
So he wrecked me. I don't care if I read Ball of Lightning right or wrong. It wasn't going to matter. That was like I was going to get wrecked.
Okay. I was dead either way.
The thing. I sit down. I do my joke about how I'm very good. The guy looks at me dead face and goes, "I am too." Keep in mind, we are both 0 for 2 in the side event.
Right.
So he's either like another level of George sarcasm, or was genuinely. I don't know, George. There are times where I have to look at you and actually ask, "Are you being serious?" And you're like, "No."
So
never serious.
He started to like trash talk a little bit at the end.
Oh,
and I was like,
"You don't like that."
It's just like, I'm like, dude, we're 0-2 in the side event. Me and you are fighting for 40 prize tickets.
Yeah.
If we win our next game, brother, you need to chill.
Yeah.
But like, whatever. Man of peace, nothing but love.
Did you beat him?
Darn right. You're darn right. And I said nothing.
I can't believe people lost this game to you.
I'll be honest. That was the game I was most proud of. Because he was
that always feels the best when you got a smack talker and you just
getting chatty with
shut them up a little bit. You know,
the last game was my favorite game of the day. I don't know what game we played, but it was not Flesh and Blood. So for those of you who don't know how to play Briar, one of the main ways you can do things is by creating these tokens.
Yeah.
The light, whatever, the food, the tokens, whatever. We did not create a single one all game. We kept forgetting for both of our sides. He was also Briar.
He was also 1 and 2.
So people who really don't know how to play.
So
I won.
You guys were all on the same level, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. Here's
fun.
what I'll tell you. It's like that last game was my favorite because she was like a very nice person to talk to. We laughed. We realized, oh my God, what did we just play? Like right at the last turn, and we were like, oh, judge, wah. We were like, this doesn't matter. We are both 1 and 2 at a side event.
Right.
I'm having fun. You're having fun.
That's
I'm
awesome.
going to get 40 extra prize tickets.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love hearing
20.
I loved hearing that from a lot of people that like the gameplay was mostly fun, especially the side events. Like when we did our interviews with in that video, like everyone kept talking about how much fun the side events were. Yeah. And that's a huge win.
The next game I played, it was a little bit wild. I'll tell you this one game. I got sharked.
Ooh.
This guy, the first game, keep in mind, I don't care. I don't care about losing. I don't care about winning. That's not who I am. I'm a winner in life, baby. And so this guy, he is like, I get my cards and he's like, are you going to play now? I'm like, I know the rules, son. I got 60 seconds. I can sit on my hands and do nothing for 58 seconds.
Is that really how it works? I didn't know that was a rule.
So anywho.
You haven't talked to Don about this?
No.
And so he is playing pretty fast and loose.
Like not thinking fully through his hands. And
I know he's breaking some rules. Like an instant is not a non-attack action.
Yeah.
I know that. Somebody who's sharking me should also know that.
Yeah.
And I tell him, like, hey, like, I'm a little confused here. Here's how I knew that was not right. I tried that last game and they told me I couldn't. And he's like, no, you can. I'm like, I don't think you can. The guy next to us overheard us, was like, no, you're wrong, idiot. Take that thing back. And like, the guy took it back.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I made a misstep. I put a card down. And he was like, okay, your finger came off. You have to play that now.
Wow.
Which like you saw people doing on the stream and nobody even like called that.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't think that's the rule. Let me be very clear here. I don't think that's the rule.
No.
But I'm also not going to sit here and whine to a judge in a side event.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
so I, play it. I don't really care. I lost. I should have won. Ball Lightning cost me that game too. Last game, shout out to Riker in North Carolina. I lost to his store manager. Riker I played his store man. I think it was his store manager. I played one of his employees. He beat me fair and square. Ball Lightning cost me that game as well. Ball Lightning cost me three games.
It sounds like Ball Lightning was a trap, George.
It sounds like Ball Lightning. Maybe you just don't understand it.
That was my takeaway at the end of the day.
Your one majestic just ruined you.
Because I didn't know a rule and he didn't know a rule. And so we called the judge over to explain this card to us. Judge explains the card. Judge rules against me because he's a moron. Shout out to Brandon, the judge. And I tell Brandon.
I said it was a majestic. It's a common.
I told Brandon, I don't think you're right. He goes, do you want an appellate judge?
Oh, jeez.
It's like, no, I'm at a side event.
Get me over here. Get him over.
Yeah. That's funny.
So at the end of the thing, the guy asked me to sign his play mat. And he accidentally stole the judge's Sharpie, so it all worked out in the end for me anyway.
Perfect.
Yeah, nailed it. You rule against George, my people take your Sharpie.
So tell us a little bit about how you feel like it was run and how the whole organization of the event was, because we weren't there. I assume it was pretty similar to Vegas, though.
No, way better.
Yeah, because you were there.
It sounds like they made a lot of improvements.
So like I think it was very well run. They were very kind with an old man like myself explaining how the stupid app works.
So there's a whole app that you use?
Like it's a website that you got to buy your tickets and you got to redeem your stuff.
Weird.
I don't know. It's all weird. The prize ball was cool. It was pretty well run. Like the only issue that I heard of during the week was like some of the judge calls.
Yeah, I heard that quite a bit. But
Did you talk to Don about that? What did Don have to say about it?
I did not talk to Don about it because I suspect me and Don will not see eye to eye on this.
Yeah. I think that's fine. I think that the game's still new and early and the judges are still learning the game too. I heard some pretty strong judge calls that were like, well, I think the players were also being very, very, very intentional about overcalling for judges too, like themselves. Like if they made a mistake, they were like very intentional about overcalling. And like that's something I think that you learn in TCG is that like if your opponent doesn't want to judge, you just don't call a judge. Like
yeah, I don't know. I thought some of the judge calls were pretty intense, to be honest.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I think they're trying to compensate for the UK fiasco.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
They're trying to be a little more stringent, it's funny. And tight on rules.
All the pro players that I talked to were furious about that, and I just don't care.
Yeah, I didn't think that
about the whole UK.
Yeah, I know so little about professional play. I just it's like somebody else can handle that one.
Yeah,
for us.
Yeah. Look to elsewhere.
Speaking of things that we shouldn't be handling.
Hold on, Boo Boo. Michael Fung came in second, who I was rooting for.
I was rooting for him too. I was like legitimately sad when he didn't win.
Me too.
And that's like weird to me. Like
I had the exact same thought. I'm like, why do I really care that much that Michael Fung wins? Like,
I was like,
I have had like 10 conversations with Michael in my life.
Yeah.
But they're it left a positive impression.
I think it's just because he's just such a nice dude.
Such a nice dude.
Like I just really wanted him to win. Dude. Yeah. I wanted him to win.
Me too. Prize ball was cool. You know, but like so my first thing was playing. My second thing was a lot of people wanted to do their autograph and their pictures and all that. So I did.
George loved signing things.
I did.
That actually happened?
Oh my. So when I'm checking into my hotel, this is like the best thing about the community.
Every time I talked to George, he was like, this guy came up to me and asked for my autograph. Every time I loved it.
So that I'm checking.
So George,
my
you're
hotel.
Famous.
Of course. I'm checking my hotel. And this guy went up, oh my God, are you George? And like, he's very, very excited to meet me. And he goes to these clearly professional flesh and blood players and tries to explain to them why this is a big deal. They had never heard of me and they did not care. He then tried to explain to this poor woman who was checking me in who I am. And I'm like, yes, almost 200 people have heard of me. No big deal.
He's like, I'm part of a podcast. I'm the lowest third of a podcast that gets whopping 3,000 views when the community's upset about it.
It's a controversial subject matter that we just love stepping right into.
But like, I'll get sappy here for a minute. The thing that meant the most to me, and I mean this, I had to have 25 people come up and tell me I'm the reason I got into Fab.
Yeah, that's cool.
That I loved signing the playmats. I loved kissing the babies. I loved going out to lunch and dinner with my fellow stores. But But that really did mean a lot to me when these people who are now playing in nationals, like Tyler Broughton,
that's cool.
Yep.
Like it means a lot that they got into this game and I was able in some small way to help them get into it.
Yeah, that's cool.
That really that was very touching, and I appreciated that a great deal.
Yeah, give yourself a little pat on the back from me, buddy. Good job.
That was nice.
I haven't had anybody tell me that, so.
I'm sure that's true for you, Mitch. I had a similar experience with my 5,000, my 1 year video. I asked people to just leave comments about what's your favorite memory on the channel. It was cool to see like how many people are involved. Like it's fun. It's fun to be a face of the thing.
My favorite part about that video was the comments when they all said the May the Zoo be with you thing was their favorite part of the channel, and I can guess why.
Yeah, my wife said when she was reading them, she was like, "George is gonna love that people commented about him in your video." I said, "Yeah, it's because he loves himself.
Somebody has to. Somebody has to.
He loves himself well. That's a healthy role." All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Briar. I don't think that we have any room to. A lot of people asked if we were gonna do. I don't feel like I am good enough at the game to be.
I also think you're not good enough. That's true.
Yeah, Briar is OP. I will say that the chat was very, very adamant about it in the stream. The stream was interesting. People were people were not super happy most of the time in the stream.
For technical issues, for matchups.
There's a lot of technical issues. The matchups were Briar for a while, and then they kind of, I guess, they were walking around asking for non-Briar matchups to go to the future table.
That was not a great look. You need to whisper that versus shout that. I
get it, and it was pretty obvious. I mean, like you started seeing like records of like 5 and 3 people playing on the top table, on the feature table, and stuff like that. So. I think personally, I kind of gravitate towards what some of the community is saying, which is like, it's still super early in the meta.
Yeah.
It's still super early in the, whatever. But the issue I have with that, and I agree with that right now, the only issue I have with that is that it's the same people who were saying that they were excited that Chain was getting nerfed because the Nationals was going to be like, up in the air. Nobody knew what to expect. So like I feel like it's a little bit of both sides of the story. People were like, no, this is going to be a great thing. No one's going to know what to expect. And now they're like, no, nobody knew what to expect. And that's why Briar was so good. And it's kind of like this little catch-22. But I don't know.
I just hope I hope for our community's sake the next major hero is not a Rune Blade.
Like, I think that's a key piece. We need a different mechanic.
The issue is that there's going to be Runeblade support in the supplemental set.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So hopefully that.
I mean, there's been support in crew for other classes that don't really help those classes.
So, yeah.
I don't know. Like,
what else do you explore with that class that hasn't been explored right now from a design?
Make it a Guardian, Runeblade Guardian. Let's get it done.
So you have dual classes, and now you can put Guardian and Runeblade cards together in one.
Dominated Cheerios. That's the next step.
God.
Let's just get it over with.
Dominated Cheerios.
I think it'll be interesting. Yeah. I heard a lot of people say, you saw like a lot of people going like with the banhammer, but then on the flip side, you see this balance of let the community figure it out before you start banning. Let's see what we can do to counter that. I've also heard a lot of people say, like, I heard one person in particular, and I think he'll be fine with me calling out, but Kurt reached out to me.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can counter Briar pretty easily. The issue, though, is by countering Briar, you leave yourself open to other matchups. So, like, and I think that's the thing that's hard with the healthy meta. I'm not saying it's healthy for the record, but with the healthy meta is you have to essentially sideboard for multiple different engagements, and it's hard to understand what's going to be at the top table. So I think that people could have deck tacked or position themselves differently around Briar. The consequence, though, is that opens up maybe the Prism matchup or other matchups that would have been more successful. So I don't know. It's a challenge.
Well, the aggro burn deck in Magic the Gathering is typically the early meta deck that kind of dominates too. And so like it has a lot of similarities to that. It's like an aggro.
That's kind of what I heard too.
Whatever. And so like I think it's fine. I I think still it's too early for a ban. I wish it was anything other than Runeblade, simply because
I don't think you can ban another card this soon. This will be the third Runeblade ban,
and I don't think they will.
I don't think they will either.
No, I think they know that, and I don't think they should.
Do we see an errata or something like that though, or do we see?
I am
changes?
super against erratas. I'm super against erratas.
Well, I get it. I'm just saying.
I think
for us players, errata makes it very confusing for us players.
For new players,
a lot of people just don't follow them. like, you know, if you're a casual player, does it really matter? But like when it comes to attack, like, I'm just saying.
I'm not a casual player, so I guess I can't speak to that. I'm sorry.
I understand.
I think that the supplemental set needs to have something that pushes the other stuff. And
I'm really curious to see how it goes. I mean,
stoked.
We're gonna hear from it this year, right? It's not PvE, but we're gonna hear. Why do you feel so strongly about PvE?
Because PvE is the future.
It's not.
That Kayla save us.
PvE does not like take Fab to like an infinite level of awesomeness. It does.
PvE is going to be the accessible format for casual players.
No, it's a completely separate format that's not even related to the core game mechanics.
Yes, it is. It has all the core game mechanics in it.
Except your
wait.
opponent is an AI.
I can't wait. I cannot. It's not an AI.
Rudy, and Louie.
Listen, somebody left a comment today. I was so proud of myself. They said I used to comment on your videos and say that you were just another Rudy clone, but you've really come into your own and found your own. And I almost cried. I was like, oh, that meant so much to me. Thanks, Boo Boo.
Tell your wife to delete it later if she needs to. So
that was a good one, George. That was a good one. You should be proud of that one.
I am. I don't know. Like they can't ban anything. I'm excited about the supplemental set, mainly because it's the boxes that work, right? You won't get a $15.
You haven't had any issues, right?
Listen, if there's not a Command and Conquer, the supplementary.
What is it out right now? Like 110.
I hope it's just Tunic.
$110.
My God,
they need that.
I'm just sitting in them over here. I need to start selling them.
There's some rumors.
No wonder they're so expensive. The Midtown merchants.
Midtown merchants just hoarding them all.
Degenerate.
The new box at better pull rates. I don't know if that's true or not, but a couple people told me.
You're telling me this is like $330
$30 right there. That's
what about Art of Words? How are those holding?
45. Wow, I just know all the prices all the time. I just did the update yesterday.
You did. That's why I'm asking you.
Anyway,
I listen. Like I think that so the other conversation I had that was interesting is like a lot of players did not love the Seeds ban as much as I thought the players did.
Interesting.
That was a more controversial banning than I realized.
I didn't talk much about the Seeds ban. I just focused on the Duskblade ban.
Well, that's because it was spicy, right? That was like you didn't play test.
I mean, there are playmats now being made out of it.
I love that. God, I love that. God, I love that playmat.
I keep forgetting to buy one.
Shout out!
I like how he just like keeps screenshotting it too. Like the first
get the
sentence,
if it happens.
We made a mistake. Period.
Rudy has the foil ones.
Yeah,
yes,
I want that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're great. I hope they unban Seeds after the next box and see what happens.
Nah, I think they'll just have a supplementary card that's like
it costs one.
That's like Growth of Agony, something like that. Like something that calls back.
The evolution
of agony. Matter, right? It's the effect that matters, right?
And it's like it's only one color. I just don't understand.
Seeds of Agony 2.0.
They should have just banned one of the colors of Seeds.
Yeah,
like I don't understand why they didn't do that. Ban 2 of the colors of Seeds. Let them play 3 cards. I still don't understand what's the point of putting colors in the deck. It seems like low hanging fruit to like.
Well, but it's for the different pitches, Louis.
Listen,
Louis.
Chain still was a top 2 of the top 8. Like Chain was still super good. So like maybe it was perfect. Maybe their ban worked out well. Like I don't know. Like I think it's hard to know because the meta.
We are
the
least knowledgeable people when it comes to this.
Yeah. Okay, that was great.
Cool.
Overall, like, let me say this. Like I will give my shout outs to Channel Fireball, who I have had some pretty public beef with. Shout out to Sasso. This was a very well-run event.
Cool.
Food was outrageously priced, but that's kind of what you expect. I didn't eat there at all.
Especially when you don't allow
I
food in
walked.
the convention center.
Yeah, I walked. Me and my peeps, we walked to a restaurant. I ain't paying your fleece pricing. But it was well run. Like everybody had fun. The judges were like wildly on top of it. Like, he was absolutely willing to get an appellate judge for my 0-2 match on a side event, and would have like absolutely ready to. Like it was a very well run event. Everybody said it was the best of the events.
Oh, good.
For those who went to multiples,
they did get it. They did start to get it better. Attendance was a little bit later than people thought. It's about what I thought it was going to be.
No, it's not. That's a lie. That's a lie. I won our bet with the attendance guess.
You did. You did.
Yeah.
Did you say
don't
500?
just try to hide behind the fact that you.
So
were
it was
wrong.
a 600-person invitational, and like 100 fewer people came.
From 200. Like the problem is this. Like I think they were intimidated because they knew I was going to play, so they stayed home.
Girl, please.
It was less. Well, I got the attendance almost perfectly, but I wish it was more attended. But this comes back to like and they're doing the opposite of this. So like this comes back to Louis doesn't know what he's talking about. But like I think that the amount of callings was. I wish we had 2 callings, one for the West Coast, one for the East Coast, something like that.
That is not their vibe.
Instead of 4.
That is not their vibe. They're doing
that
like
is not
aren't
their
they
vibe.
doing like 4 times as many call-ins next year?
Yeah,
I'm doing.
So
I'm
going
going.
a
I'm
bunch
going
of
to them all.
smaller ones.
I'm going to them all.
No,
Coast to
Are you
coast.
going to go pro tour it now?
Yeah,
I
guess
Zach
the
on
callings
Pro
are more
Quest.
of a regional thing. I guess that's what they're going with. It's like a regional.
How do you
don't
regional
love
with
that.
12 different callings next year?
I don't.
Yeah,
love that.
I just feel like it's too much for the community. Like I would like. I think as
you're
a
gonna have
community,
100 people, 80 to 100 people, depending on where it's at.
Not
Like Dallas would still be a 200-person calling, I bet.
yeah.
Probably.
Like I think like I'd rather have one calling that's 1,000 people. I think it's more fun.
Absolutely.
I'm there.
Yeah,
for
I
the
would agree.
fun.
I would
I'm
agree
not there
with
for
that.
the gameplay. So maybe if you play the game, let us know what you would rather have.
I'll tell you later.
I'm there for more of like the social, like enjoying the game type side of thing. But
if there were 3 on the East Coast, would y'all go to all 3 of them?
I can't do that. I have a life. Like
I don't have a life and I can't do that.
My full-time
You
job
mean I
is
actually have
flesh
an
and blood,
excuse for
and I
not
can't do
going
that.
to them?
You didn't go to any of them.
My point, because I have a life, Louis. I was just using your argument against you.
I have a full-time job that is flesh and blood, and I can't go to more than 1 or 2 of them. Like that's where I get to it. Like,
and like it also gets like I think you're gonna have a lot. It'll be regional, right? There's gonna be one, I'm sure, in like best Carolina or worst Carolina, and we'll get my store's Riker store and a few other stores together and go do it. Okay, or
my fish
not.
just turned off. My phone died.
You're doing great.
Your fish just died, huh?
My fish are dead.
You know, like I'm
help me sometimes, no.
How do I plug it in? How do I plug it in? I hope. I think I agree with you. I think the bigger events, the better.
Yeah, but that's not the direction, which is fine. That's not the direction, but that's fine.
It was awesome. My CPU was overloaded. It was awesome to meet these people face to face and hang out.
Yeah,
I saw Spencer for the first time ever from Magnolia. Like
another store that's better than yours. It's crazy. All these stores. Is that joke getting old to you? You know, I think you have the best store.
Other than Bill.
I think you have the best store other than Bill.
Bill Goat.
Team Covenant, but that's fine.
Nah, Team Covenant. I mean,
back off.
I was a big fan of Team Covenant until they killed my dreams of mine being worth $150.
What is it worth now? 200.
They just sold it for 100. So I don't know.
I will say that
first
Zach
edition to MSRP.
I will say that Zach is a much better. I will say that Zach is a very. I genuinely enjoyed my time with Zach.
Yeah.
He was very humble in admitting that I would have trounced him in the Pro Tour, which I really appreciated.
I'm sure your pride very much enjoyed that.
He did not actually say that.
I do love Team Covenant.
Yes.
I am so jealous of Team Covenant because those two are like best friends, Zach and Zach's best friend.
Dude, they've been doing it for so long.
They're like best friends.
Zach and Zach. Steven?
Sure.
They're like, co-founders in it together.
That's why for the podcast. It's me and
that's what it is. It's George and his 2 best friends.
I don't want that role.
I'm surprised.
I'm super jealous. Like I want to. My ultimate goal, secret goal for Kitchen Table TCG is to like get to the point where I can support hiring somebody. so that I can have a friend.
I need a friend. I need a friend.
Pay a friend to play card games with me.
You would love to sit every day live stream a new game together. Like that is your dream job.
So I can
What's
have a
funny is they
friend.
didn't do that. They did not do
Amazing.
that at scale until COVID hit. And they're
It
like,
would
what
be
are we gonna
amazing.
do? Let's
I
just
gotta pay
stream
for
games.
friends now. I gotta pay for friends. Okay.
They have
Can
a
we talk
thing
about-
like that. They're called
can we
e-gamers.
change the subject,
Really
please?
wait till I'm successful enough to buy a friend.
I can't wait to be George.
We're gonna be George and buy my best friends. Oh god.
Oh my god.
If we actually
Okay.
lived closer though, we could probably do something like that.
Yeah. Move to West Virginia where it's free to
That
live.
is
It's
a
literally
we don't have
free.
roads.
We don't have
Talked about
roads.
this with
We
Mike.
don't have houses.
You have to wait 4 days for an Amazon package, but hey.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Can we talk about the new Pokemon set now?
Yeah,
Because this is a trading
me
card
about
game
it.
podcast, so we are allowed to talk about
So-
whatever we want to talk about now on our podcast.
I am the least proficient in Pokemon out of all you chumps. So
That's
break
great.
it down for me.
The new set has 250 cards.
What's the standard set?
I don't know, but this set is massive. Literally everyone. Well, George, what's so important, buddy?
My store's texting me.
Oh, it's not like
I'm still listening. I'm
it's-
listening to you rabble. Don't
it's
worry.
not like some important store or something's texting.
Shout
The
out to
set's
Bill.
massive, and it doesn't have a Charizard in it. So like I'm a little bit worried about Fusion Strike, not gonna lie. But I did open a box yesterday and I hit the extended alt art Mew, which was pretty cool. It's like $125.
I saw your clickbait video today. What was the ending of that video?
The clickbait of like what's worth more?
What's
Tails
worth more?
or-
This Tales of Area box or this set that's been out for 15 seconds?
I got
It's true.
I
Let
got
me guess, Louis.
a cold foil common, so I got like $30 worth of cards.
Wait, that
Nailed it.
cold foil, so the cold foil common was less than a third of that value?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cold foil common was worth $10, and
Barely.
I think the
Yeah.
foil lightning press was worth more. George, this is how you use this card, by the way. You actually play
That
it.
is the instant that my guy messed up on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Anyway,
are you really talking to me about Briar cards, son?
He's like,
Uh,
I used Briar all weekend.
George, you have a better experience of selling Pokemon. Is the Charizard thing going to hurt the set? Like,
Yeah. Well, like there's two problems, right? It's like Celebrations
just came out.
just came out and like stupid hot.
Yeah.
Even though they printed 20 quadrillion boxes of everything or ETBs of everything.
Yeah.
Of Celebrations. I have so much Celebrations. Message me if you want to buy cases. I have so much Celebrations.
Pallets.
I'm getting 2 more pallets tomorrow.
What are you doing
Yeah.
with your life, George?
They overprinted
Apparently getting
Celebration.
pallets of Celebrations. What are you doing?
Is this the newest wave coming in? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
I got five
Okay.
boxes.
I did not get 5
Big-
boxes.
Big
So
spender.
then the set before that was Evolving Skies, which is
Big
probably
spender.
honestly the hottest Pokemon set in a while.
Mm,
What
So
is?
you're going from
Evolving Skies.
really hot set, 25th
Mhm.
anniversary set to Fusion. And I always told people I think the set was going to be a little bit of a
Let down.
fall off, but like it's still holding up pretty well. I think it's going to do fine. I'm not worried about it, frankly.
All the Pokemon YouTubers are talking about how everyone's taking a break from buying it and waiting for the next set.
They are
but-
lying.
Are they?
Pokemon people don't take breaks. They are rabid.
They're
I
just
have like
they're just kidding. I was
It's
surprised.
actually
that
true. I could
they
put up a
consume-
box.
everything.
I was
I put up a
surprised.
box of Pokemon. It's gone.
Yeah, I was surprised that the pull rate of like the full VMAX. I was watching a bunch of box openings. I thought it would be like 1 per box. You get like 1 or like 2 or 3 per box. It's kind of cool.
It matters which ones you pull, though. It matters a lot
Yes.
which ones you pull.
Yeah. But it seems like there's a good variation to opening the boxes and fun. This is my first venture into modern Pokemon, so it's been kind of fun to like learn that. I really, really want to do a base set box break. like so bad. I want to do a base set box break. I
Just
want
to
to
relive
do
your childhood again.
I want is what I need to happen is for Alpha Flesh and Blood to hit back up to 10K. and for Metazoo to go back up to 10K, which is pretty close, and then do a base set Pokemon, like a 3-box break that's like a competition between the 3 sets. See, it would be so much fun. This
You
is
might be able to get a case of alpha for that right now.
This is what I dream of at night. This is what I think about while I'm trying to fall asleep. It's like, oh my gosh, I could do that. It would be fun. Anyway, I'm.
Wow, that killed it. Good job, Louis. That did it. That really nailed it. That was great.
What?
That was really good.
I think it would be fun. Anyway,
I agree.
You guys don't seem too interested in talking about Pokemon.
I mean, it's fine, but like
Pokemon comes out tomorrow. Like, yeah. I'm sorry, Louis. I don't have much to talk about this. That comes out tomorrow. The only thing that scares me about Pokemon is that they are printing a lot all of a sudden. Like, I am stunned. Do
they have the new printers yet, you think?
I've wondered that, but I don't think so. They told us Q1 next year, so I'm guessing it'll be Q4 of next year. Like, they are printing some freaking packs, man.
Yeah.
It is like amazing.
And they're selling. Like you said, the market's just swallowing it whole.
It's eating it. I had 7 pallets of Celebrations, I think, in the beginning. I'm down to a pallet.
That's crazy.
That's great.
I think Christmas is also pretty big for Pokemon too, because people buying stuff for kids. Like, I think right now is like a good time to, like, the market's kind of this like September, October, November lull, and then like Christmas can kick up. So
we're getting our second run of Chilling Reigns as well. Like, am I frozen?
You're good. You froze.
No,
you're good.
You're just okay. I'm getting Killing Reigns. We got our next wave of Evolving Skies this week, and I got my last round of Battle Styles, which shocked me this week.
Wow. Yeah.
Did not.
So more Battle Styles, or just the last tail?
That's a lot of.
I'll be honest.
That's like the 5th print run of Battle Styles.
Can you all stop with the Battle Styles? I mean, good golly, I got enough. I like that Pokemon basically says I can reprint whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want. That is my reprint policy. Is I am Pokemon, hear me roar.
Yeah.
Right.
At least you know what you're getting.
Yeah, I mean, like, it means that you don't get to whine when they reprint this stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like, they do a good job of that. Like, I'm waiting, I know Rudy always yells at idiots like me because we're like, oh, don't buy Pokemon as an investment because they can reprint it. But I'm like, listen, like, I think old Pokemon is probably safe because there's nostalgia there that they can't be reproduced. Right? If they reprinted base set, it'd be called Evolutions. And like, it would sell well.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be base set.
Right. They're not going to reprint the old WotC stuff.
And even if they do, nobody cares, right? Because it's not the old WotC stuff.
That's fair.
Right.
Yep.
If they reprinted the heart in the next set, I don't know if it would really matter a lot. Don't do it. But like, I don't think it would really matter that much because like, it's not the first. But don't do it.
They're not going to do it.
I mean, like, they're going to do it. It's be gold foil. It's be the Aoki heart.
The Aoki heart.
Oh God! Did y'all see that video, by the way, of where they rebuilt?
So good, so good. He has no idea what's in the box. That's my favorite part. He's like,
I love it. He seemed excited about it. I don't know. He seemed excited about it. Listen, man. Aoki, me, and Mike Waddell opening up a Metazoo box, a Pokemon box, and a Alpha box.
I will spoil this. One of you is not like the other.
I was gonna say, so we're putting 2 completely opposite people with Louis.
Yes, that is correct.
Wow.
I'm
offended.
You can actually tell that hurt him a little bit. He was like,
I'm offended.
That hurt a little bit.
I'm offended. I'm an up and coming person.
I'm an up and coming person?
I just want to open up cards with my friends.
I gotta buy them
even
first.
if I have to pay for them.
Hey, look, man. Mike sends me gifts. I feel like we're friends.
What?
Gifts?
I don't get anything.
Like with the
gifts.
T or
gifts.
GIF?
GIFS.
Oh,
if you call them a GIF, like they're supposed to be really clear to understand
gifts.
what you're saying.
He sends me gifts, and
Obsidian said he's gonna send me a fish eventually.
They're not NFT gifts because that would be worth $1 million. But all right,
you're just not
speaking of things that are worth $1 million, a Walmart.
No, I don't care. That's amazing. Let me be very clear here. That's amazing. Okay, Metazoo Minute. But welcome to the Metazoo Minute. Oh wait.
Why do you always do the?
It's him getting it's getting him excited.
So like the other thing we gotta do is degens. Sometimes null degen.
Oh, do we need a degen spec real quick? It's all unlimited. Just buy an unlimited box and use
No. Buy goldfish.
Buy
goldfish.
Yes,
oh god, that is 100% the spec.
Also, he's definitely specking on Monarch Unlimited Common Rainbow Foils. Let's talk about that. Yes.
Why?
Yes. Look up Monarch Unlimited Common Rainbow Foils. Like, look up what's the card?
Is that true?
There's like none available. He bought them all.
No, put in the YouTube channel if that's true or not. And if so, I love you more than I knew possible.
I was doing the market update and the common rainbow foils were up like 90%. I was like, what happened? And so then I looked at some of the ones that like were $5 and there's one. There's one available. There's one. Somebody bought
unlimited?
Unlimited common rainbow foils. It does not get more degen than that.
When he starts specking into Toa Unlimited, that's how you know we've reached rock bottom. All right. So that's it. Go buy some goldfish on the Tez network or whatever.
That's our degen spec of the week.
Hey, real talk. So Louis messages this week and he goes, guys, go buy some fish. I'm like, WTF, what? So I get into it and I get all set up with my wallet and I'm like, what the hell is this?
It's a goldfish tank. I wish my phone didn't die.
But it's the same fish for everyone. Like, what's unique about it?
It's not the same fish.
No,
they're limited.
So you mean the fish that I can buy? I only have like 8 options. Those are 8 unique fish just for me.
Those are fish that are being sold by people like me for more money than we paid for them.
How do I go find the fish like how do I not have to buy
the fishy drops?
Louis?
You got to be there for the fishy drops. Once a day, there's a fishy drops. Once a day, he posts it in the Discord server. There's a fishy drop, and they sell out.
Invite me to the Discord server. You're just saying, "Hey, go buy my fishies."
Yeah, I want you to buy my fishies.
I don't want to buy your fishies. I want the Discord fishies. Okay.
So like, there's like 400 or 500 people. Like this launched 2 days ago. There's like 500 people in the Discord server, and the fishy drops are like 100 units. So like everyone's going for them. I missed out on the fish
at 1 p.m. today.
It's at 1 p.m. today.
Wait, George, you're in the Discord?
Of course.
Yeah, but it's 1 p.m.
Did you even invite me to the Discord?
Am I missing a fishy drop right now? That's
1
crazy.
p.m. PST, Louis. Relax.
Oh, perfect. I got some time.
Yeah, so like in 8 hours, you'll be able to find it.
Yeah. So anyway, this is Diverge.
We're no longer a TCG podcast. Yeah. We are just a podcast.
We're just specking on everything now.
Leave all your angry comments in the comment section about how I'm taking money away from TCGs now and putting them into
NFTs.
I'm trying to buy a friend.
A 3-acronym podcast. We got 3 bozos. If it has 3 letters and it's an acronym, we're in it. All right.
Oh my god.
What's next?
I need money for friends. I gotta start spending on pixel goldfish.
Listen, Metazoo NFTs have got me hooked.
Oh,
they've got me hooked. Like,
wait, so is this worse or better than Kickstarter in terms of your hookedness?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about your Kickstarter addiction.
Yeah, this is probably worse than my
This is a more expensive habit.
Listen, like this is like last night, me and my wife were watching a movie, and I was like, "I'm sorry, honey, there's a fishy dropping," and I like got my computer out, and I was.
Did she look at you like you were just so? No, ridiculous? She was all.
Listen, my daughter absolutely loves the fish tank.
Did you get it?
Well, sure, I'm sure she does.
I didn't.
Did you tell
I
your
bought
daughter,
it.
Daddy
I bought it
spent
on
all
the
his
secondary.
money on it.
I bought it on the secondary market. It cost me $60. Jesus. But it was a puffer fish.
It was the puffer fish.
Honey, one day when the metaverse is existing, you'll get Daddy's tank on the wall. You'll be able to see it one day.
I love how much Wall Street has embraced the fish project. It's amazing.
They love
it. Wait, are they half of the 500 people in the
Discord server? 3/4 of the 500.
And we're 3/4 of the 500 and 100% of the conversation.
100. Oh, absolutely.
Wait.
More than 100%.
So Wall Street just ported itself over to a completely foreign NFT Discord server.
That's actually not true. It's a little true.
It's actually
it's like the big names like Null and Obsidian are there.
There's a Metazoo Discord server that's the same thing. Like Wall Street's just going over there.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Metazoo Minute. That got derailed a lot. Sorry, everyone.
Hey,
we got some Scoopy.
no, that was
right.
Wait, was that part of
first.
the Degen or
That was Degen out.
That was definitely part of the
cool.
Degen. We were talking about buying pixel fish for $1,000.
Was it really going for $1,000?
No.
Good.
No. I think my total investment in pixel fish is $250. That's my.
You probably could have bought an actual fish tank with fish in it for that, but that's
but then that seems like a lot of work.
He's like, I actually got to take care of it and feed them and keep them alive. I can barely keep my kids alive. Why would I do that?
I gotta save up money to buy friends. What's wrong with you, Mick?
Yeah. All right. Metazoo Minute.
So,
do y'all hear my dog dying in the background?
No, Jesus, go help your dog.
Let's go save it.
No, I'm kidding. There's a fire truck that blew by and he's howling at it like, "Come save me!"
I miss my
All right, Metazoo Minute.
All right, so let's start the official news. Then we'll get into the Scoopies.
Okay.
All right.
Official news, which we all predicted. The goat comes through again for us.
Logan Paul caught on camera with a Metazoo box.
That's not what he's talking about. Continue on, George.
I know. That's why it was fun to interrupt him.
Metazoo coming to Wally World. And I want to tell something to I Love Kush. I want to tell you something right now, brother. I am Walmart dressed from head to toe. Two things on my body are not Walmart. My watch and my shoes.
It's actually how he's able to afford his watch.
That's it. Everything else came from Wally World.
Yeah.
I have one shirt that's not from Wally World.
My wife.
George wears always two nice things on his body: his shoes and his watch.
Every one of those is true.
I told my the official announcement was that
some Yeezy Crocs, which are not cheap.
But the official announcement was that Walmart will stock Metazoo products
early
2022, and it's somewhat connected to the pin project. It seems like they haven't really given the highlights.
Was it booster boxes and pins?
No booster boxes.
No booster boxes. It's gonna be all the other products.
It was Crypto Nation too.
Yeah, but not booster boxes. So my guess is gonna be exclusive. My guess is gonna be like spell books and the blister packs, maybe like a Walmart exclusive one or something like that.
I think it'll be exclusive to Big Pocket. I also think like listen, the big dominoes have started to fall.
For sure. Yeah. That's huge.
Listen, I told my wife today. She goes,
Your wife is a saint.
George or Louis, you just need to like record these conversations with like secretly. Don't tell her.
Listen, if I did more content with my wife, it would be amazing. She goes, wait a second, is this gonna be like one of those things where like it's like 11 o'clock at night and you run to Walmart to go buy things as they're stocking the shelf? I was like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like,
so many people like me.
She was like, we have 2 kids now and I'm gonna have to be working soon. And I was like, yeah, the kids will want the Metazoo too. They'll come with me.
Big brain Louis. I can buy my friends. I can buy my kids love.
The issue, Louis, is what happens if you get stranded on the roads that don't exist in West Virginia on the way home in the middle of the night.
Yeah, no, that's a true issue.
Dangerous place. The Mothman might get you.
Yeah, the Mothman. Mothman and I, great relationship.
How ironic would that be that you get attacked by a Mothman
in
West Virginia on the way to Wally World?
This conversation has really diverged.
This is not going the way we thought it would go.
For the record, this is in the middle of the day and we're all sober.
We are not a TCG podcast. We're just hanging out.
This is actually just Louis and George.
Why do people take this podcast so seriously? That's what I want to know.
That's absolutely it. This is just 3 friends hanging out, talking, just shooting this stuff.
It gets the most negativity in the community.
Well, good news, Louis. They for the downvoting, they removed the number, so now you won't, or at least. All right. I won't be able to see how much people hate us. You'll know because you have the analytics.
Anyway, y'all want the Scoopies now or no?
Scoopies.
Yes. Scoop it up.
I got 2 Scoopies.
Let's do it.
Scoopy number 1. I am hearing rumblings that they are in talks to make the video game. It is much further along than we thought it was. And I don't want to say who they're making it with is the rumor, but I will tell you it is somebody that you have heard of and we love.
Fortnite.
No.
Not Fortnite.
We don't love Fortnite. I love Fortnite. I'm guessing
I don't have
George.
I'm
guessing George is too old.
George doesn't have the hands for FPS.
It's StarCraft.
Oh God, you would love
that. Yeah, I've heard some of the rumblings. I don't know if I don't know if I want to share the rumblings because I don't want to be wrong.
I haven't heard any rumblies.
It's a big old name.
It is a big name.
That's great. You mean to tell me that there'll be different color games, so there'll be like a gold, a red, a blue?
Scoopy number 2.
It is not Pokemon. Pokemon is not helping Metazoo with their video game.
Sorry, my bad. My bad. Continue on.
That seems like it might be a conflict of interest to me.
It's Blockbuster giving away Netflix coupons.
Oh, God.
Speaking of Netflix, anyway. What?
Oh, yeah. League of Legends just came out with the whole show, but never mind. Continue on.
Scoopy number 2. They are also, I'm hearing, much further along in the
TV show
production.
In the TV production.
I mean,
I'm also hearing it's going to be a very big company that's going to do the TV show.
Yeah. Cool stuff.
I will tell you, like, here is what, when I saw the Walmart announcement today, I had like 2 thoughts. First, I was all Metazoo to Jupiter. That's obvious. But
I mean, are we going to Pluto soon with these?
It's like, I don't know what's.
Let's get to the moon. Let's get to the moon first.
My very
We're already there, Louis.
Sally made very excellent nachos. Neptune.
Excellent
nachos.
What did you all say? My other thought, my more serious thought for the GOAT was that his life just got a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because now you can go to these other major companies and say, listen, this is not hard for you. I broke Top's website. They had so much demand. I'm in Walmart. I'm sure he's talking to other big box stores.
Sure.
I'm going to sell a lot of your product.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he said he was talking to other stores just in Walmart.
So I use
people now have more people coming. Like the days of Mike going to you and saying, "Will you do this for me?" Those days are almost over.
It's funny. I used this analogy in one of my videos like 6 months ago for Metazoo. And that was Exploding Kittens. Do you guys know Exploding Kittens?
Yeah.
Where they were this Kickstarter game that got a ton of traction. Then they got picked up by a big box. And now today, Exploding Kittens is a household name.
You can buy it at every big box store.
You can buy it at all the big box stores.
All the Amazons.
Now, Exploding Kittens.
We didn't talk about Amazon in the comic books there too. That was this week.
A video of Post Malone opening up Metazoo.
Who? Just now? Oh, geez.
So, like, this is the thing. Like, the community's response to this has... I'm in a community, and the response...
Another NFT for George.
I'm in the... We
need a George NFT series.
I'm in a Facebook group that's like a small group of people, and they're like, this is just another thing where Metazoo's gonna, like, sell a bunch of product. And, like to me...
I know what group you're talking about.
Oh, no!
Like
listen, sell a lot of product?
I think the issue is people miss the point of what Metazoo is trying to do. They're not just trying to be a trading card game. If they were just trying to be
exclusive opportunities,
if they were
collectible pieces,
if they were just trying to be a trading card game, I would totally believe this whole thing where it's like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. But like, they're trying to be bigger than that. They're trying to be an IP. They're trying to be like, I honestly think the trading card game will not be the main focus of the entire company. Look at Pokemon. The card game is not the focus of the Pokemon company. The brand is the focus of the Pokemon company. The
IP.
TV shows, the video games. I bet you they make a buttload more money off of the video games than they do the trading card game. Like, this is 2021. It's easier to make money digitally than it is physical printed product. Like,
comes from Luna's fish tank.
Yesterday at Disney, and I was talking to a couple of the people there. I love Disney, and
you just casually meet with people at Disney.
Some of my friends. I don't have to pay for them.
Are these friends that you paid for, or these are just actual friends?
Wait, what?
Are these friends you paid for, or are they actual friends?
They're actual friends.
Okay, you did not pay for these.
I'm never living this down. Listen, if anybody wants to move to West Virginia and be my friend, you can be on the channel all the time.
You would have better luck moving to Florida and retiring there.
Hang out with me. I'll never leave here.
I mean, you just have to experience a hurricane every few times a year.
So the Disney people, they were, one of the people pulled me aside, like, we were talking about, like, their, how the company is doing and what's going on with Disney. And it was like, we're basically a streaming company now. Like, our stock price is correlated to Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Like the parks exist.
That's 100% right.
The parks make money. I bought a bunch of overpriced garbage. You're welcome, Disney. I guess I did pay for my friends. But like, it
sounds like you did actually.
But like their stock price, and I'll disclose it. I have
their stock price is largely correlated to the success.
I had a bunch of Disney stock. I sold my Disney stock to buy Flush and Play cards.
Rip.
I bought my eye with Disney
I've been hearing
stock.
that people are concerned with the Disney Plus numbers of late. And how they're just not going to growing, Netflix.
So far up on Disney, it's like appalling.
Yeah.
I am as up on Disney as I am down on Monarch.
I'm as up on Ethereum as I am in anything else.
Listen, Metazoo NFTs, baby.
So like
that's my life.
I was going with that before the
I am just so tangential today. I'm hungry. I need a 16-foot long.
Go get an 18-inch piece of slab of beef in your mouth right after this, like I'm about to. God, I'm ready for this thing. So
I don't have a Buc-ee's here, whatever you have over there. So
Portillo's, the goat. Metazoo Nightfall is a perfect example of where they need to be.
Yes.
The game is good. The game is playable. The game is enjoyable. The game is light. You can have fun with it. And you can also be competitive with
collect it.
But that's not the intention of it.
Listen, I think the competitive side of Metazoo, if they lean into the fun side and they make competitive, like if they, instead of having a $10,000 prize for the top place person, have a $2,000 prize for the top place person, a $500 prize for the second, like work it all the way down. And
what if you got paid in NFTs?
I will eat a Nightfall full foil Mothman if Mike tells me it's not poisonous, if the prize money is not more than $10,000.
No,
I have a feeling Mike is going to go ham on this on this thing.
Well, they have a whole
my point is that you could make it like competitive, but like scale the prizes so that it's not just like the winner gets prizes, but like anybody who shows up to play, if you have fun, if you do good. So like the idea is like
promo.
You're doing the competitive scene, but you're doing it at a more fun level, so it's more accessible for more people. And then it's okay. Like the Grim Reaper card, I love it. Like I think the Grim Reaper card's awesome. If it deals damage to you, you win the game. Like it has 1 HP and it deals 1 HP. So if you have any other card out to block, like it can be blockable. Like I love that, and I think it's super cool. And to win with that is really fun, and to lose with that is really fun. Lean into the fun.
Here's what I would say, Mike, if you're listening. What up, goat? First of all, let me do your commentary for the competitive scene. That's what Flesh and Blood should have done this time.
Oh gosh, no!
Don't.
Nobody thinks that. Don't. No, George.
Put in the comments below if you would watch me commentate any of these games. Spoiler:
he wouldn't even commentate the game. He would just trash talk the entire time.
You were wrong. Yazi should have commentated.
Me and Yazi could have done it.
Yazi's commentating my skirmish.
What a cluster cuss that would have been if y'all both did it
on November 20th.
You're gonna ask him about the boats, right?
Yes,
you are.
I've already had. No, he's gonna stream my podcast.
Wait, what kind of skirmish are you doing?
It's a blitz, online blitz.
I gotta get a blitz deck. I gotta play in this thing.
Yes, you do.
I would love Yazi. Can you just like automatically just pair George and Yazi? Just like
no,
there's
Yazi
a glitch in the
is
system.
He is emceeing it. He's commentating it.
Oh,
yeah. Now,
I actually want Yazi to MC George's game. Can we make that happen, please?
Like this is Ball of Lightning.
I just want him to trash talk George the entire time. Like, what the hell is this guy doing?
We need Yazi.
He's been sitting there 5 minutes looking at his hand.
Yazi needs to do the audio for the Metazoo video game.
Yes. No. But yes. But no.
Sounds like an awful idea, actually.
It's gonna be Aoki.
Ooh.
Oh.
Aoki's music.
Well, Aoki's going to do the soundtrack. We already know that.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Again, like my first thought when they announced Walmart was like, that is the first big domino.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like Pin Club was amazing. That's a great partnership and they have a great reputation.
Yep.
You're not going to talk to these major game manufacturers and say, I got Pin Club.
So
Topps and Walmart open every door for you.
Yep.
And
especially with a video game coming out. I mean, imagine if it's on the Switch, right? Like you have a game that's stocked on the shelves in Walmart for the Nintendo Switch, and like people,
and on the shelf behind it at the bookend, you see all the different booster boxes.
You know how many times I was a kid and I went to Walmart, not Walmart, I went to Target, and and like stood in front of the video game shelf and was like, what game should I try to get? And my mom would say no to all of them, but like I would try. Like it's cool. The
Can you just imagine what
really
exclusive promo is going to come with the game?
That story flopped hard. It's like,
what?
I just kept crying to my mom all the time at Walmart.
And I never got anything I wanted.
Listen, why is that depressing? My mom didn't give me everything I wanted. That's good. That's how I'm parenting my kids.
But we all know that there's going to be an exclusive something in that game box. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. And if it's digital, you just have an exclusive NFT, and then
that would be actually pretty cool if you just got like a random NFT.
All right, I'm going to get my beef. You clowns can sit here and talk about NFTs all day, and your goldfish.
All right, real talk. Second edition hits in like a month. Second edition hits in a month for Crypto Nation.
Oh, I do. Okay, all right. I will, Mike.
So let's talk about this briefly.
We forgot this.
I'm going to forego my dip to Italian beef for another minute to talk about this. Let me tell you how much I appreciate this.
Yeah, I agree.
I already have some of my allocation for second edition.
Yep, it's awesome.
This means I can now sell to people at retail before a certain major retailer starts to fleece them.
Yeah,
correct.
It's great.
Not saying who. Shout out to
How do we see like Crypto Nation though being positioned in the market?
That does not matter to me at all. Here is
I
what
understand.
does matter to me.
You're saying he gets to
Mike
get it
has
to
made
people.
it so that I am now on a more equal footing with the national competitors.
Yep.
Right.
And he is saying this will protect your customers.
Yep.
Your store patrons won't have to wonder if you're going to be able to fill their demand or not.
Right.
Yep.
Because I'm going to help you out.
Yep. It's good stuff.
That is amazing, and Mike deserves a metric ton of credit for that.
Yep.
And like, let me be very clear here. Every game company should do that.
I agree. 100%.
And like the fact that Metazoo is doing it first is amazing for Metazoo and should humiliate every other game company.
And if I were one of those big box stores, I would want that in my contract. That would be the first thing I would try to contract. It's like, you have to give me my allocations before all the other LGSs so that I can sell it for as much as I want to before the supply. This is all supply and demand. And the fact that he didn't do that in a contract is awesome.
Imagine how different Monarch would have been if they had given us all allocations at the same time. This runaway train would have never taken off.
Yep.
Mike is doing a lot to support the local game store through his actions. And he is doing what he can to protect the customers.
I was going to say that. It's not just a local game store. No. It's customers who are frustrated about pre-ordering a box for $200 and then it's worth $75 later. A week later. 3 weeks in.
I sincerely and genuinely appreciate what Mike is trying to build with the community.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll get hate for that. And guess what? I didn't care, and I don't care.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Mike is doing it right. If other companies aren't, get mad at those companies, not Mike.
Well, and it's like go back to the Walmart thing, right? Like, okay, yeah, they're in Walmart, they're in a big box, right? This is what Pokemon does. They're in Walmart, they're in a big box, and they keep things for the LGS. The boxes, which was that is the number one product, is the boxes.
By far.
But not even close. Number one product is the boxes. And those are LGS exclusives. And it actually works in the LGS's favor to have those boxes in big box stores because it gets the wider approach, more people are going to see the product and they're going to say, well, I wonder if I can get a box of this. And then they're going to go to the LGS. That's huge. It's massive.
I am sure people are like, oh, there he is, simply for Metazoo again. Talk to the other game companies and get them to do this. It's that simple.
Yeah.
It's that simple. I will give every game company that gives me my numbers the same time as the larger retailers, I'll give them their props too.
Listen, we said this before Metazoo did it. We said that's the reason that the pre-order prices were so jacked up for TOA.
Mike is doing what he can to protect the community, and I will listen. That is what we want from game manufacturers, and good for him, and we appreciate it.
100%.
Mike is GOAT.
Cool. That's a great way to end the podcast. which was fun this week. This was fun. This was
fun.
Not as much fun as I'm about to have in 5 minutes, though. I'll be honest with y'all.
Yeah,
this was great.
Good luck with that.
George's
more
second
fun
half today, though, is going to be a slog fest after he eats.
Yeah, I was going to say more fun than you'll be having in like 6 hours.
Right.
So what the sandwich is, it's sliced beef that they dip in the juice.
Yes,
covered in cheese and put barbecue sauce.
Wow. Well, good luck with your heart attack.
It's a modified French dip.
Good luck with your heart attack. And
I'm ready. When the Lord's ready for me, I'm ready for him.
You're like I'm doing all I can to get myself ready.
Know what's taking him so long.
It's like I don't know what else I could do differently. 18 inches of beef is a pretty clear sign. Take me, Lord. I'm ready.
Well, may the zoo be with you, George.
And also
I'll make sure to bury you with your hearts that are with your hearts that are actually probably in better condition than your actual heart. So all right. Cool, guys.
All right,
y'all have a good week.
All right.
Remember to be kind to people around you. Check out the new merch at captainsmarket.com, the sponsor of this podcast.
Oh God. See you guys. Have a good day.
Bye.